Hi everybody, welcome once again to a Low on Health Rambling, where I kind of just go over what I've been doing recently. Today is Thursday, April 15th, 2010. It's around, what is it? It's 10:55 a.m., which is actually really early when you think about it. I've kind of gotten to doing a cool thing now. Almost got a definite cycle of what to do now for day-wise, kind of get myself in type of schedule. And what it basically comes down to now is I actually go on like a bike ride almost every morning now. Just to pull this up real quick. There we go. The last past 2 mornings, I've actually been doing a nice little bike ride through the neighborhood. Kind of starting out where this A is, as you can probably see. You know, just kind of going straight down. Kind of cutting through neighborhoods and whatnot, just kind of exploring the area, which I used to do when I was a kid, but I haven't done recently. But now I'm just kind of moseying around, and when I was doing that, actually, let's zoom in real quick. I actually went past the Newport Richie rec center, which is this right here, and you know, Newport Richie. And going past it, I've heard of it, never actually went there or gone there ever. But apparently they have like a 2-story water slide at the pool at the rec center, which I was like, what the hell? That's pretty excessive for a rec center in, you know, my days, I guess. But I don't know. I haven't been to rec centers forever. And they also have right here, this thing right here is a skate park. I'm like, wow, this is an actually happen in a recreation rec area. And apparently it's got like really good reviews and whatnot for like the state. This rec center has gotten really good. I mean, it's a decent size. And my little bike trip ride, I basically kind of go past it, and I also go past the Morton Plant Hospital. And that basically, I kind of just went on a bike ride just to see where it would go, and just ended up kind of going to Sims Park, which is the local park down in Newport Richie. It's a nice little park, and I ride my bike all the way down to the park, and then do kind of a U-turn, and then can't really show it here, but basically there's a path that goes along the whole river there. In which case, I do that all, you know, go nice little boardwalk all the way across down the river, and then hop back on Massachusetts to come back home, which is a nice kind of straightaway. And it's actually a nice little exercise that I do, and it's nice too because it's not on any main streets, so it's not like a lot of smog or pollution. It's kind of an open and very airy thing, and I'm kind of doing it now. This is my second day in a row doing it, and I kind of just wait for the sun to come up. Usually the sun rises around 7:30, and I kind of just hit the road then, that way before it gets really too hot, or it's kind of nippy. It was like 66 this morning or 64. But it's a nice little bike ride, and I'm actually enjoying doing it, and doing that has kind of got me into a schedule of doing things normally, or not normally, but I basically, go to sleep for 3 to 4 hours, wake up for 8 to 9, and go back to sleep for 3 to 4, and just kind of rotate that, which is kind of been kind of fun. I'm actually enjoying it, and hopefully that'll get me into a schedule of sorts, and kind of riding the bike kind of does extenuate some of the extra energy and tension that I've had, which is kind of cool. But moving on here, let's go ahead and get out of this Google stuff. Moving on, I finished watching the Railgun anime, which once again I mentioned I started watching this after I watched the Index anime, which is like, I'm not even going to attempt to say what the translate what they actually are. The Tundokari Kagaga no Index was the other one. This is Railgun. Actually, Railgun, I mean, it's kind of a classic, stupid, bunch of little chicks, kind of slice of life, girls with superpowers type thing. But actually, I like the city, I like the world, the Academy City of this anime series and the one before it, and I actually kind of enjoyed it. I mean, a lot of standalone episodes, but they kind of build up and build a lot of characters, and apparently these are all off a novelization and manga, which I won't ever probably watch or read, but just been doing this to get my anime fix. Don't know what I'm gonna do next anime wise, but apparently some new good shows of the season, so I'm gonna wait to see what everybody else says about them. Moving on here, I do want to mention The Escapist, as I do all the time. Doomsday Arcade, which is one of the series on The Escapist that got me watching The Escapist almost every single day. I really like Doomsday Arcade, and it's finished. They've done the 25th episode series finale, and it was just great. This whole season, it was just awesome. This show's Doomsday Arcade. I cannot recommend it highly than anything else I've watched recently, especially if you're into video games. The parody on video gaming is just immense, and they do a really good job of production, and it's just really, really good and funny. And I just want to mention that, it ended a couple of weeks ago, and basically I've actually gone through and started watching all the Doomsday Arcades from beginning to end again, and I'm about to get to the end of it. But I mean, it's just really, really great series, and it's over now. So the cool thing is, if you're interested in it and didn't want to wait for all the weekly updates and whatnot, go ahead and definitely give it a watch. I recommend it. It's one of my top favorite web series, web content things that was just freaking awesome. And also, let me check something real quick, see if I can get it pop up right here. Escapist now, they mentioned this on Loading Ready Run, has started this Publishers Club, which is basically you can become a member and you get, it's $20 a year, and you get basically high quality video streams, which actually I've noticed a couple of like the shows don't look that great and they have to be filmed in better quality. But apparently if you pay this $20 a year, you basically get higher quality videos, you get, exclusive member content, this, that, and the other thing, and an ad-free website. And I'm really, really super tempted to join this for $20 a year because I've gotten so much enjoyment for watching Escapist stuff. Not, just as much as Loading Ready Run, but Escapist kind of brought them to my attention. If it wasn't for the Escapist, Zero Punctuation, I would never have gotten into Loading Ready Run, which I love a lot. So I'm really, really kind of tempted to do this despite not having any money. That's basically the reason why I'm not doing this, is because I'm still unemployed and don't really have that $20 to spend. But if there's anything I would ever pay for web content, it would be the Escapist. And who knows, down the road, finding a job, or maybe if somebody loans me $20, I'll do that. But moving on here, what else we got? What I mentioned too, Yahoo News. I mentioned this beforehand too. Crazy stuff going on in the world. In which case, we had like a miners thing in West Virginia recently, and now we got another quake in China. Which I want to say a couple weeks ago I mentioned stuff like this. In Iceland's volcano basically puts ash. Halts flights across Europe because the ash cloud apparently is so immense. That's pretty scary. But I just want to mention before how it's just going to be just been really crazy, just natural disasters and whatnot. And I want to say like a month ago, almost like the same thing was happening. I don't know if it's happening again, the same places or whatnot, but it's just crazy what's going on in this world. Sorry that I'm yawning. Today I woke up at 6 and then did the bike ride at 7 and 8. Watched some movies and anime, and now I'm getting tired. I'll probably get ready to take my nap. Moving on, Penny Arcade. They did another comic here, which I really, really enjoyed because it's once again lambasting Final Fantasy 13, where they're basically talking about how it's ridiculous that you can't say you're into the game at the 12-hour point because theoretically you haven't been given the whole game until the 30-plus hour point, because that's like when the tutorial ends, to when you actually get opened up to the world and you have your full team, which is just ludicrous. The game should never, ever do that to where it takes that long for you to actually open up in the game. But I think it's funny how they're once again mentioning how non-great Final Fantasy 13 is, because it's not that great of a game. And a lot of people are just saying, I was going to come back to it, and now I'm not. I just didn't feel into it, and I'm happy to see a lot of people don't care anymore. Moving on to some Game FAQ polls. They had a poll the other day with how do you hang the toilet paper in your home, and honestly, I don't even notice, and I voted either way. I don't really pay attention, but apparently a lot of people actually do and put over the roll. Under the roll apparently isn't that very popular. Vertically actually is kind of weird, because I don't know, it made people... Vertically, I imagine they basically don't have it on the roll. They just kind of stand it up next to a toilet, which is sometimes what a lot of lazy people do, or people that lost the little rod. But that was kind of interesting. And then, of course, today's Game FAQ poll is, now that it's finally offline, how many games of Halo 2 did you ever play online? And honestly, I definitely haven't touched it probably after it initially came out. But I want to say I probably played several hundred. I definitely played more than 50. But I probably played like 200 rounds before back in the day. And, of course, the number thing is, no, none. I never played it before because, this is Game FAQs. But that was really interesting. Xbox Live for the original Xbox is going away or is down at this point and not longer available. Which is, makes sense. Everybody kind of... Well, I really got sense of yawning. Gosh, apologize for that. Anyway, Xbox Live for the original Xbox down. Xbox 360, whatever. Moving on to Gamefly. Starting a little concerned with Gamefly here. I sent back Renaissance of Fate on Saturday and haven't got it back yet. I played through Splinter Cell yesterday. I haven't mentioned it yet on the vidcast here. Played it for like 3 hours. I know it's only like an 8-hour game. Not really my cup of tea. It got to the point where I got through to an actual stealth part where basically it was like if they find you, you can't get caught by cameras or people. You can distract them and whatnot, but if they find you, it's mission failing to start over and you could lose 10 to 15 minutes each time. And that's just not my cup of tea. Once I got to that point, I'm like, screw it, I don't care. And like I said, the story, because I'm not vested into that kind of game, or that series, I don't really care. So I gave it a try. It's a good little game. There's nothing wrong with it. Just, once again, not my cup of tea. But so I sent that back the other day, so I'm interested to see if they get Splinter Cell back before they get Renaissance of Fate. Really gonna stop yawning. Not cool. In the meantime, I decided to put in my queue Monster Hunter for the PSP, since I've never played a Monster Hunter game. Disgaea 3, because I've actually played 1 and 2. I haven't played 3, and now that their game saves out, I'll probably just kind of plow through 3 if I get it. And then Halo ODST I put in there because of the Reach beta, which will be coming out very soon. I'm tempted to kind of get ODST and put it to the side just so when the beta happens and everybody else plays it, I'll be playing it with them. But hopefully we'll see what happens with those. But I'm really getting concerned about Rest of Fate not being shipped back yet. Them getting it back. Which could just be mail being slow. Why not? Or them trying to throttle me because I'll get a game like Splinter Cell for one day and send it back. Who knows? But other than that, I got some actually things coming up this weekend which should be interesting. I'll probably maybe take some pictures and talk about. But other than that, I'd like to thank you guys all for watching as always. And I'll catch you next time.